great, really high grades for rhetoric, leadership, will, signals from the top.
They've said all the right things. They have established a very pro-transparency policy.
We've been remarkably surprised and pleased.
But it's taking them a while to get the people in place to actually make those policies work.
Well, I think there have been two challenges. One is understanding what the laws and regulations are with respect to how they can use technology in every arena. And secondly, overcoming the sort of cultural resistance in which, most executive branch agencies think that their information is their information, not ours.
There's a bureaucratic culture that is resistant to openness, resistant to transparency, and I think it's going to be very difficult to break through even with these very positive high-level pronouncements.
There were so many secrets that were created. There were so many extreme legal positions that the government kind of got stuck arguing in court, that actually changing those takes a real effort if you're inside the government.
The president promised during his campaign that he would post all legislation for 5 days before he actually signed it. That simply hasn't been executed.
EFF has several pending Freedom of Information lawsuits that we filed during the Bush administration. We had hoped that once the new administration was in place and once Attorney General Holder's Freedom of Information guidelines were issued, which they were in March, that we would see some concrete changes in the agency positions in those cases. And unfortunately, thus far, we have not.
When you look at the website today, what you see is a pretty standard White House website. The site doesn't create more transparency for the work of what's going on in the White House.
I think President Obama would get an A for effort and probably an I for incomplete.